Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks, that was great.
Speaking of Braden Connor, Personnel Director Braden Connor. Braden, this is your first budget, right? Because you were
Yeah, this is
hired
my
after.
first budget workshop and
Yeah.
budget preparation process with the town of Webster.
All right.
You know, definitely if I'm not covering things that are important to you or that you need, let me know and I'll adjust otherwise. So I did not prepare my comments based on this particular spreadsheet, but I think the comments will follow along perfectly fine. So for the 2022 proposed budget as a draft submission, it was a tax cap compliant submission. Working with Director of Finance, we then peeled it back some, and so this year's budget, 2022 proposal is 1.1% lower than the 2021 adopted budget. So we'll be going in lower. From an operational standpoint, what does that mean? That means that essentially it's a maintenance of effort budget without major changes. There is one major initiative for 2022 that is the implementation of a recruiting module for Munis that would encapsulate things like application tracking and recruitment and onboarding for new employees. And the way we would do this, though, is not by requesting any additional net funds, but what we would do is to reallocate money that over the last couple of years has been allocated for HR consulting. And those are services that certainly the service provided was very robust and good, but in a cost-conscious setting, it wasn't a top priority for the department. And so we would take $15,000, we would end that contract, take $15,000 and put it into Munis implementation recruiting module. Other minor things that are going on is our background check expense and our recruitment check expense are going up by, well, let's see here, $500 each. Yeah, $500 each. And essentially, that's because of two things. One, there's, you know, it's kind of an aging turnover in the workforce, so we're seeing a lot more hiring, and we anticipate that trend to continue. And also, it's a tight labor market, and so recruiting requires some sponsoring of recruitment. So that is where we're allocating money. We cut back on legal expenses by 50%, and also director, the line on director expenses, we cut that by 50%, so that we could fund the things that we thought which were more important to help the departments, the recruitment and the background checking. That's what I saw as highlights for the presentation, and I'm available for questions or if I missed any good stuff.
I would say this, Braden, you know, I think it's been 9-10 months since you came aboard.
8 to 9.
Okay. And, you know, one of the things that we discussed, the main thing we discussed leading up to your hiring was, you know, with your background, we were really hoping that the two things you'd achieve are centralizing our personnel and human resources at the town of Webster, where maybe heretofore it was a little bit operated siloed by 14 department heads. And that was okay back in the day, but with the complexities of human resources and benefits now, that's a real dangerous thing to do. So we wanted to centralize it. And the second thing was we wanted to automate it. A lot of paper, a lot of documents and stuff that are at different departments for the same thing, but are structured differently, paper documents. You really haven't had a chance to execute those two goals because from the day you came on, you became a placement service, counseling service for us. Within the, we have 7 new department heads, and you've been very instrumental in that. So, you know, I was very glad to hear from Paul that you helped in the Munis thing where we did not, we got some added value out of that, thank you. And I also got to say this, Braden, and I don't want your head to get too big, but I got an email today from the department head who is not a spring chicken, been around, been in private, been in government, saying that you handled an HR system of one of his employees and in the last couple of days better than anything he has seen in his almost 4 years in business. And I want to thank you for that. And it's easy to say all these nice things because you kept the budget flat and actually went down.
Thank you. I accept all praise.
Yeah, we know.
Appreciate it when I don't have to pay a tip for it. But we have done a good amount of centralization, and what I found is that all the departments are very eager to have conversations about HR methods and practices, and there's no resistance whatsoever from departments for working with a central vision and equitable processes, where the process is as similar as possible in each department so that employees, regardless of where they work, are treated equitably. So I am enjoying that interaction. And the technology piece, I really enjoy that, but it never comes as fast as you want. It just doesn't. Thanks, Brady.
Thank you.
Is it